It was good to get back on the ice. Good to get the group back together in a game sort of environment in front of the crowd on the high road. It was actually quite a decent crowd, considering it was a pre-season game, and Invicta travelled with numbers and were as loud as ever. I think Saturday we were nowhere near our ceiling, nowhere near where we want to be. And to be honest, we were although it was pre-season, I expected more. We didn't start very well. I feel like we were very frantic on the puck. Positionally weren't fantastic, and I think it just took a little while for us to really get into our groove. We didn't manage the game very well either. But I kind of expect that from the first sort of pre-season game. We've only skated once as a team prior to that pre-season weekend. So to get those games in, it was good to sort of highlight some areas that we need to work on going forward over the next couple of weeks, and get ourselves ready. So we were a bit disappointed with the performance on home ice. Not really good enough. We aimed to be better. Yeah, like I say, it was a frantic game, and Invicta came hard. They're a young team this year that I think are sort of being overlooked a little bit. Everyone is talking about Chelmsford and us sort of being at the top there, but I can see Invicta being right in the mix, and they're going to be challengers, no doubt. They're a young team that are hungry, and Carl over there has done a great job of getting them to buy into what he wants and playing the right way. And they've added a little bit of quality, and sort of Dan Scott at the back there, you can see his quality that he brings to this league, and obviously Ollie Bronneman is a massive pickup for them if he can find his form he once had. So yeah, they brought a game plan to us. It was a physical game on Saturday, and they managed to obviously get the win. And from our point of view, it just wasn't good enough. We weren't happy with it. And then going into the Sunday, I think we started much the same. We had a couple of power plays early on, a 5-on-3 early on, and I just don't think we capitalised on that. And from that point, we kind of thought, oh, here we go again. And then we ended up going 2 down. So I think the first period wasn't great. We were better, but again, still finding our feet. We had a chat about some things. We switched some things up on our sort of our forecheck, and helped us gain a bit of possession going into the second. And once we like to play with the puck, we like to have the puck on our sticks. So having a bit more possession, it calmed us down a little bit. We were a bit more direct and a bit more composed on the puck. And I think that helped, and we sort of grew into the game a little bit. I think we controlled large spells of the game. It was end to end, still a great game. But I think we sort of deserved the win on the Sunday. And yeah, both goalies sort of had a game this weekend. Nathan Gregory had a great game, some great stops on the Sunday, in not the greatest conditions with the ice misting up, pretty foggy out there. But yeah, it was a good weekend to start off with. We had nice to get everyone together. We were a bit short over the weekend, so this week in training we'll have a full roster, and going into next weekend against Milton Keynes in our first league game, we'll have a full roster going into that game. So yeah, it's good to get those reps in and see where we are.